is Paresh, and today we will be talking about the skeletal system. The skeletal system is the organ system that supports and protects the body and allows it to move. Let's talk about the 5 functions of the skeletal system. Number 1. Support. The skeletal system provides shape and support to the body. It also makes it possible for us to sit or stand upright. Protection. The skeletal system protects our internal organs. Some examples are the skull protecting our brain and the ribs protecting our lungs and heart. Number 3. Movement. The muscles are attached to the bone to produce movement. This provides a sturdy and proper base for the muscles, which means that bones play an important role in movement. Number 4. Storage. The bones store minerals, calcium and phosphorus, and fats in the yellow marrow. This is so that the body has extra minerals and fats when needed if there is a deficiency. Number 5. Making blood. Blood cell formation is done in red marrow, which is normally in the center of bones. This soft tissue helps make red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Let's talk about the parts of the skeletal system. Bones have blood vessels which supply nutrients and nerves which signal pain. Long, short, flat, and irregular are the basic bone shapes. Newborn babies have about 300 bones, but as the average adult has only 206 bones, this proves that when you grow, bones can fuse in your body. Ligaments are the tough, flexible strands of connective tissue that hold bones together. Ligaments allow for movement and are found near the joints at the end of the bones. Cartilage is a strong, flexible, and smooth connective tissue found at the end of the bones and are used as shock absorbers. It allows bones to move smoothly across each other. If you want to get a sense of what cartilage feels like, just touch the tip of your nose and your ears. This is because they contain only cartilage, which makes them soft and bendy. How do bones grow? Growth plates are at the end of long bones, where cartilage continues to make new cells. These bones, called osteocytes, move into the cartilage, hardening it and changing it into bone. The skeleton of a fetus inside its mother's body does not contain hard bones. Instead, most bones start out as a flexible cartilage. When a baby is born, it still has a lot of cartilage. As the baby grows, most of the cartilage is replaced by bone. Growth continues into adolescence and sometimes even into early adulthood. Most bones harden completely after they stop growing. Even after bones have stopped growing, though, they can still repair themselves if they break. This allows for easy healing. Let's talk about marrow. Bones contain a soft tissue called marrow, which is involved in the production of blood cells. There are 2 types of marrow. Red marrow is the site of platelet and red and white blood cells. This is where these things are produced. Red marrow is in the center of flat bones. Yellow marrow, however, is found in the center of long bones and are, as we mentioned before, storages for fat and minerals. Let's talk about joints. Joints are the places where 2 or more bones connect. Bones are connected to each other at joints by strong, flexible ligaments. The ends of the bones are covered with cartilage, a smooth, flexible connective tissue that helps cushion the area in the joint where the bones meet. And as we mentioned before, cartilage is also a shock absorber. There are 4 types of movable joints: the ball and socket joint, gliding joint, hinge joint, and pivot joint. There's also a fifth type of joint, a fixed joint, which is immovable, meaning it allows little to no movement, and it's mostly in your skull. Let's talk about ball and socket joints. It moves because the rounded end of one bone fits into a cup-like cavity on another bone. As you can see in the picture, the humerus is connected to the scapula, which means it can be found in the hip, and also it's in your shoulder where your arms are. Let's talk about gliding joints. Gliding joints are where one part of a bone slides over another bone. It's mostly found in your vertebrae, wrists, and ankles, such as the carpals shown here in the picture. Pivot joints are when one bone rotates in the ring of another bone. It's found when you turn your head at the neck and the elbow. Hinge joints are moving back and forth and are mostly like a half pipe and a cylinder. It's found in the fingers, the toes, the elbows, and the knees. The fixed joints, as we mentioned before, allow little to no movement and are in your skull. This is so you can protect your brain. And the reason they are joints is because originally, when you were a little baby, your bones were separated. So not all parts of your skull were together. As you can see in the picture, there are little ridges where your bones meet. Those are your fixed joints. And this is to help you, as I mentioned, have a stronger skull so you can protect your brain. Now, everything can also have their downsides. So let's talk about injuries and disorders. Fractures are bones that are either broken, as in cut in, or literally cracked into two. Bones can be broken by a high force impact known as an injury. A broken bone usually repairs itself in 6 to 8 weeks. Sprains are an injury to a ligament that is caused by stretching a joint too far. The tissues in the ligament can tear, and the joint becomes swollen and painful to move. Osteoporosis is a disease that causes bone tissue to become more thin. The bones become weak and break more easily. It is most common among adults who do not get enough calcium in their diet, although hereditary factors may play a role in this disorder. Arthritis, a disease that causes joints to swell, stiffen, and become misshapen. Besides fractures and sprains, this is mainly what we think of as a severe injury of the skeletal system, although it's really a disorder. Hereditary factors may play a role in this disorder, although it can be treated with drugs that reduce swelling. Osteoporosis can also be treated if you drink enough calcium and get it in your diet. So today we learned about the skeletal system, the 5 reasons we have a skeletal system, the specific joints, ligaments, and cartilage, and why they're all there. We also talked about the bone marrow and its important functions. And finally, we talked about the injuries and disorders one can have with their skeletal system. So, until next time, I hope to see you, and goodbye for now.